What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Leigh, Dickey Beats and Speaks. I am Leigh Dickey. So for today, we are going to talk about some of my gaffes, some of my mess-ups while performing on stage and in live television and or radio situations. So live performance mishaps, live performance mistakes. It's going to be fun. So to kick this off, one of the things that comes to mind is one of the performances I had when I was in high school. So this was, I think, grade 11. Yeah, I was in the 11th grade, and it was the mid-2000s, so it was at a high school talent show, right? And this was my first time ever performing, an original piece of lyrical work. So I didn't have any original music to put it to, and I picked a well-known instrumental. But the thing is, my timing was off, like, completely. So it was like, my timing wasn't what it should have been, and there were a few, not that you could hear them in the crowd, but there were a few people that were like, what's going on? Because I would get to the end of one line and then stop for a bit and then continue on with the next line. It's as if, like, the words I'd written down, I just wasn't absorbing them, and they weren't coming to mind right away. So keeping time and then remembering the words, not easy. But that happened, and you know what? It went off okay. I can live with any performance that I put on, because you know what? Even if you have a bad performance and a bad day, there's always tomorrow. There's always the next one. Okay, so you have a bad performance, you brush it off, you move on to the next. I've always been that way in my 20 plus years of being on stage and in front of live audiences and things like that. And in anything I do, you have a bad experience, you have a bad day, whatever, you move on and you tackle it again, or you tackle something new tomorrow, and you remember that tomorrow is a new day. So that was the first time ever performing lyrical work. I've fallen off stage before in front of a crowd of about 1,300 people. I was actually in rehearsal, and they were letting people in. Most of them had sat down. This was a pretty sizable venue, and we were just finishing up sound check and rehearsal and things like that, and I had slipped off. I was like, okay, cool, you guys are coming in, it's gonna be great, have a good time. But as I'm stepping off stage, because there's a bit of I was standing on a riser, right, that was just above the floor, so I slipped off, and a bit of a drop, right? My balance is pretty bad. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, I have cerebral palsy, and I guess that contributes to it. So in relation to the floor and the height of the platform, I guess I just didn't see it. So my foot slipped forward, I fell forward, slipped off stage, hit the floor face first, and it was just like, oh, how many people saw that? Oh, there's 1,300 people here. So everybody saw that. Good times. I mean, that's another one of those gaffes. Messing up on live radio, I've done that. When I was in college, I remember this like it was yesterday. We would host little 1-hour shows just on the college radio station. It was a lot of fun. It was part of my major. I was a radio broadcasting major, and I had a lot of fun with it. These 1-hour shows were cool. I would go in on my days off, or even like my time off, like the time from school that you had off, and I would extend my show by like an hour, like an extra hour or two. So some of my shows are like 2, 3, 4 hours instead of the standard 1 hour that I got. But messing up on live radio, I've done that too, where like I've walked a record where there's a bit of a musical interlude, or there are a few bars before the vocals start, and I've basically messed up my talking bit to the point where finishing it up over the vocal. They call that walking the record, and I've done that several times, or I did that several times when I was at the station. And I used to have, like, I will take little notes, when I'm preparing the show. At least I used to when I was hosting the show back in the day, back like ages ago now. And I remember I was reading off the notes and they fell off the table, and I had a live mic. I was on the air, I was live, and then that piece of paper fell off the desk or the table, and I forgot the next line. So I'm reaching for it, and you hear this on the air live, and it just, oh man, I was, not that I was disappointed, like I was disappointed in that you could hear it, and I was disappointed that I didn't remember enough of my material to the point where I could get through that segment. But it wasn't my best show, and you're gonna have mess ups in life, and especially in the business that I'm in, which is performing and entertainment and that sort of thing. You're gonna mess up live, and the only thing you can do is just push forward and on to the next, and just forget about the times you mess up, although they do make for funny stories like these. And so just my advice to you guys is forget about the times that you mess up. You'll get over it. You'll always have other opportunities. They'll always be there. The world is your stage. You just gotta find where you fit. Basically, you have to find your spotlight. And those are just a couple stories that I can think of off the top of my head. It was just a lot of fun. So, getting to do live radio and all the performances I've done, all the lectures I've given, all the speaking engagements I've done. Man, there are stories and stories for days, weeks, months, and years. But those are just a couple stories of my gaffes on live radio and live on stage and even in rehearsal. A few of those. Hope you guys enjoyed them. Thank you again for tuning in to Leigh Dickey Beats and Speaks. I have been Leigh Dickey. You guys have been great. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to visit my official website and follow me on social media. All those links are in the description. Thanks again for watching. Again, please comment, like, share, and subscribe. We will see you guys in the next one. All right, I'm out of here. We'll talk later. Peace.